it 30 days. We survived it. Now, some of us are coming out the other side with a brand new novel, completed, ready to be edited. Some of us are coming out the side with a big old mess that has to be completely rewritten or edited, or it's only half the novel completed. Some of us are ending the month realizing that our Preptober dreams did not become a reality and we didn't quite get where we wanted to go. But whichever result that you have, a business mentor of mine, James Wedmore, he likes to say that whenever you go for a goal in your life, you either get the win, the outcome you were hoping for and beyond, or you get the lesson that you needed. And the key to success in life is not always winning. Because if you study the greats, people have done the best, like most amazing inspirational things in this world. It's not the people who won everything they ever tried. It's the people who failed more often or fell short more often than they ever won. But the key to success is knowing how to take those moments of perceived failure where you don't really hit the goal, you didn't follow through the way you wanted, it didn't turn out the way you hoped or expected. If you can take those moments and learn from it about what do you need to give yourself right now? Is this a time when you were expecting too much of yourself? Is this a lesson in you need more discipline? Is this a lesson in, gosh, I'm really not writing the thing I most want to be writing, or I'm not doing the thing I most want to be doing? Is this a lesson in I refuse to sacrifice my health anymore for pushing too hard to write or to do daily videos or, anything like that? There are lessons inside every goal we go for. And this is one of the reasons that I love goal setting so much and I love going after your dreams, because it's really not about hitting it every time. And the truth is, life would be really boring if we had no flaws and we were perfect and we hit every single goal and it was super predictable and it was super easy. Like, the reason that life is so interesting and fun and rewarding is because you get up, you fall, you try again, you learn, you grow, you change, you have this great adventure as you become the person that you were meant to be. Goals would not be fun if you knew that you were going to hit them 100% of the time and never fall short. Part of the fun is the journey, the struggle, the trying hard, the going for it with all that you are. And sometimes it's the not getting there, not getting there, not getting there. And then one day when you climb that mountain and you finally do it, then it feels so much better than it would have if you just, I'm so good at this. I wrote 150,000 words every single time I tried Nano. Like, if that's you, yay, celebrate it. But the struggles are what make it fun. The struggle is what makes it meaningful. It's what gives it purpose. And so whether you wrote 50 words this month or 50,000, you are a winner because you tried, you showed up, and you learned something. So I hope that you can walk away from whatever result you ended up with this November, or whatever goals you've been going for in your life. I hope you can walk away looking for the lesson and feeling grateful for what you learned, what you got out of this, and being proud of yourself no matter what that result was. I also, before we go, since this is the last day of vlogs, wanted to just kind of give you some tips and pointers on what do you do when Nano is finished and what am I going to be doing now that Nano is finished. So I think one of the most important things you can do for yourself after a long stretch of putting extra effort into a certain goal, whether it's a project that you've been working on, a book that you've been working on, anything in your life that is a project that you have to distinctly carve out time and you're putting more time than normal and more focus than normal into a goal, it's natural that you're going to need a little bit of a break. So my biggest tip to you, and this is what I am doing with myself as well post Nano, is to check in with yourself. Like, just kind of grab a cup of coffee and have a coffee chat conversation with yourself and say, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? And set the novel and the work aside for a little bit and say, how do I feel? Because I think that we so often just go through the motions of life and we don't stop to say, hey, how you doing, Sarah? How's it going? Because for me, I have not only been doing Nano, you guys know, I also did 13 days of events and giveaways before this. So this is like 43 days of daily content, and I'm tired. I'm actually doing pretty well emotionally, but I'm tired. And my family is tired of me carrying around a camera every day and doing all of these things. My house is a little bit of a mess, which tends to happen when I'm focused on a goal. And when I really check in with my heart and my soul, what I really want to be doing, my futuristic, strategic achiever self really wants to be sitting down with my 2023 plan and thinking about, how do I want to show up for myself and my community next year? And so I am going to listen to my body that says it needs a little bit more rest. I'm going to listen to my family that says they need a little bit more Sarra time. And I'm going to listen to my heart and soul that says, play with those planners, play with that new iPad, just soak in the joy. No matter what reward you gave yourself this Nano, and truthfully, if you are withholding a reward because you didn't quite hit it, I encourage you to set a new goal for yourself for the new year or something like that, that you can say, okay, I didn't hit 50K during Nano, but if I can hit 10K in December, or if I can hit 50K by the end of January, then I can get that iPad, or then I can go out for that coffee, or whatever that reward was. Or just set a new reward for yourself and say, I made it through. I may not have hit the goal I wanted, but I made it through and I'm proud of myself. So I'm going to give myself a self-care day to go out to the movie, get my nails done, go get some coffee, whatever it is that makes you happy. But sometimes when we've sacrificed a little bit to push for that goal, it can be so helpful and just healing to say, I'm going to take a day or a week or the rest of the month to just rest and to sort of pamper myself in terms of joy. So little things like a bubble bath, sitting outside without my phone or a camera or anything else and just talking to George for a couple hours with the fire going, having an entire afternoon with the kids at the zoo. We've got some plans for December and I'm so looking forward to it because there were some things that I sacrificed in November to be able to do NaNo Diaries. There were things that I sacrificed in order to get these words in at night. I didn't spend as much time with my husband. So now I'm going to just like live in this little bubble with them. And I'm so looking forward to it. So I hope that you are able to do the same for yourself, to listen to your body, listen to your mind. Take some time to like process how you did this month and what lesson it might want to leave with you. And then just enjoy the heck out of life for a little bit and know that you have done a good job. So that's probably my first tip is, the self-care stuff. But when it comes to your novel, let me tell you what I'm going to do first. So what I have on my hands is just shy of about 58,000 words of a book that I believe is going to be at least 85 to 95,000 words. So I have roughly, let's say 30,000+ more to write. And there are words inside this novel that are like brainstorming words or that aren't really novel words. They're just thought words, right? So my first order of business is to this will be part of my self-care too, is to go through what I have on this wall and to go through every single scene of my current Nano draft. Now, if you are looking to edit, I have an entire video series here on YouTube about how to edit your novel. And so I'm going to link all those editing style videos down below. Like here's my process for when I start editing, because the main thing that I love to do, and this is what I like to do after Nano too, because I find that my Nano words are not as like organized or clean as my normal monthly words would be. So I like to go through every single chapter or scene of the book that is there now in the draft, no matter how messy it is, and write just a little snippet about what happens in that scene. So I'll just take a sheet of paper and I'll say, chapter 1, and I'll say like Lorelai arrives at the apartment and this is what happens. And then I'll leave myself a little note about how I think that scene needs to change, or any little thought about if it just needs total rewrites or if it's in pretty good shape, or if there's just like a kernel of idea that I'm going to keep and the rest is going to be rewritten. So I'll read through it. I'll make a little note about that and then move on to the next chapter. Chapter 2, this is what happens. It's a total mess. Chapter 3 was a brainstorming chapter, so that needs to be deleted. And I'll just go through and kind of take an audit of what's there now. And that helps me to arrange my thoughts a little bit. And then what I can do is I can go to the wall, or I can go to my plotting notebook, and I can start to see what are the holes that need to be filled in, what still needs to be written. And then I can create a plan from there. And my plan might look something like go back and start cleaning things up, or my plan might simply be, let's start where we are now that I have a more organized idea of what's happened and what I've written, and let's try to write those next 35,000 words. And I won't really know what direction I want to take it personally until I have done that sort of inventory or audit of what's there. It's also possible that you're on a roll, that you know exactly what's happening next. So you might not want to take that time to sort of audit. You might want to just be like, I'm going to power through the rest of my note cards and I'm going to get this novel finished. Or you might have already finished your book and you're ready to start edits in earnest, and you might want to set it aside for a couple weeks, enjoy the holidays, and then come back to it. But really and truly, it's whatever you feel like you want to do. The one thing that I want to discourage you from doing, and this is what a lot of people do post-Nano, is feeling so burned out on the work that you did and the story that you wrote that you just never go back to finish this story. You spent the last 30 days or potentially more working on this idea. And, okay, maybe it's possible that it was so terrible and it turned out so awful that you just don't even have an interest in finishing it, but you learned so much about what not to do that you're excited to work on something new. Go for it. However, there are also going to be some of you, and I know this from experience, and I know this from talking to a lot of authors, who are going to just walk away feeling so burned out and defeated, or just so tired of it for a little while that you just go on to the next shiny idea, and this one gathers cobwebs in the corner. And then the next time a Nano comes around, you write a new shiny idea and then another shiny idea, and you never actually finish a novel. So I encourage you to take this moment, whether it's just one day or whether it's the month of December, and really think about, who do you want to be as a writer in the world? What is it you want to accomplish? And what are the next steps that you can do with this novel or with any other ideas or past novels that still have cobwebs on them? What are you going to do with those to get them finished and to start your publishing career and to start making your dreams come true? Because publishing and putting yourself out there is a very different thing than sitting down to write during Nano. But if this is what you want, then I encourage you to stick with it through the fear and finish that book. So I'll have some videos down below. I know you guys are going to miss me, right? I'll have some videos down below that you can explore, that it's from some of my older content if you are looking to start edits. And that's basically my biggest tips: is don't abandon your novel, make a plan, organize the chaos and keep going, and then take care of yourself. Take a break, take stock of what the lesson is that's learned, and keep moving forward. I hope that you have enjoyed hanging out with me over the last 30 days. Thank you to the thousands of you that have been following every single day. When I was a little girl, I used to dream and imagine that I had my own little TV show. I would look in the mirror and I would have a little microphone. And I had this realization, doing these vlogs and seeing the numbers of people that are following daily and thinking, I kind of do have my own TV show. So thank you for making that dream come true. I know that I show up messy and I show up imperfect. And I know that, I'm not perfect in any way. I know that I don't always have it together, but that's part of my purpose in life, I think, is to share the messy parts and to show you that you can mess up, you can fall short, you can completely fall flat on your face one year, and then you can choose to pick yourself up and triumph over those struggles, over that story. You can find your joy again. You can be massively successful and joyful, even if you've had bad past experiences, even if you failed in the past, even if you couldn't make it this time. Your future success is there waiting for you. And it may be messy, it may be imperfect, but it's your life and it's your journey. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. So I share my mess so that you can know that you're okay to have messes and trauma and days that are hard and stress in your life too. So I hope that has been a comfort to some of you. I am forever grateful. I never, even a day, take it for granted that I have this amazing community. So thank you for being a part of it. I also want to give a special thanks and shout out to my Heart Breathings writing community admins who have been tirelessly running sprints the entire month. Many of our admins have been doing extra sprints and late night sprints and early morning sprints, and it just means the world. And I know it has helped a lot of us hit our goals for the month. So thank you to all of you. I love you. And here's to an exciting December. I am ready to start planning. I can't wait to show you guys my 2023 planner lineup that is going to be a little different from normal. And for those of you that have joined us in the HB90 Bootcamp, I am so excited to work with you on a 2023 Q1 plan. So if you haven't joined us, we start December 11th. So registration will be open until then, and I will leave the link below. I almost don't want to say goodbye because I know I'm going to miss these vlogs. I truly appreciate it. I truly believe in you. And if there's anything I know for sure, it's this. As long as you believe in yourself, you don't give up, and you keep moving in the direction of your dreams, that voice inside you that says, this is who you are, this is what you were meant for, you will see your dreams come to life. I know it 100%, and I know it is true for you. So let's make our dreams come true. One word at a time, one step at a time. We got this. Happy NaNoWriMo. Thank you for hanging out during the NaNoWriMo Diaries. All my love to you, and happy writing. Bye. Happy NaNoWriMo! Woo, 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 woo.
I saw her up on the hill, on her way to the mill, proud and all out. But where are you now? Misunderstood, said she would help the ones that she could. No glimpse of doubt. But where are you now? Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top. We're finally home. Let me lend you a hand. Let me in on the plan. Together we're stronger. Don't wait any longer now. Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up. We've been at the top. We're finally home. What a release to find one's peace. What a landscape to never be left.